Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Big Blue Rundown. Basically, this is a new series I'm starting on the channel. Basically, after every Giants game, I'm going to be doing a whole recap of the game, get my thoughts on it, get my reactions to it, and things like that. I'm also going to be doing the same thing with every other game that happens this season. That's going to be called the Final Whistle. You'll see that probably after the Jets and Bills game on Monday Night Football. So be on the lookout for that if you're a current subscriber to this channel. And even if you're new to this channel, be on the lookout for that. But we got a lot to discuss. Week 1, the New York Giants just got absolutely demolished by the Dallas Cowboys, 40-0 at home on Sunday Night Football. There's a lot I want to talk about. I'm not going to sugarcoat things on this channel yet. If you're new to the channel, if I see what I see, I'm going to call it out. Like, if I see something that I don't like, I'm going to call it out. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything on this channel. So, if you're going to be new to this channel, if you're going to watch my videos, that's just a disclaimer. Hope y'all know that. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. The New York Giants, like I said, absolutely pitiful performance. I know it's only week 1. A lot of people say it's week 1. Things can change. But it's not an excuse to play as poorly as they did in this game. That might have been one of the worst performances I've ever seen in Giants history. And I'm 19, and I've seen a couple bad performances to, judge off of that. I've been a Giants fan since I've been in 2nd grade. So, like I said, I've seen enough performances to give my fair take on this. And that was absolutely terrible. Like, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I literally said in my preview video, I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys beat us. We got to do a lot of things to keep with the Cowboys because they're so high-powered. They're good on defense, and, they have a really good offense. And I literally said in my preview video, if our offensive line does not play good, we were going to lose to the Cowboys. And look what happened. We lost to the Cowboys. Like, if you watch this game, if you go back and watch it, 90% of the time you're going to see Daniel Jones running for his life in this game. That's basically all it was. This Cowboys O-line, D-line, excuse me. I'm all over the place. Forgive me. My head hurts at this point. I'm all over the place. Cowboys defensive line had their way with this Giants O-line. Like, they couldn't do anything right. Every position on this O-line struggled tonight, especially Evan Neal, who I'm going to talk about highly. Listen, a lot of people want to say this guy was going to be the next Andrew Thomas. He was going to have a bad rookie year, and then he was going to jump up and improve in his, 2nd year. But here's the thing with Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas struggled his rookie year, got better down the road, improved his 2nd year, and then obviously his 3rd year he was an All-Pro. With Evan Neal, he struggled at pretty much every game this season with the Giants. Every game. And now you look at him now, struggling in his 1st game, and then specifically a game where he needs to prove he can go against these D-lines and, hold up well. And that's exactly what didn't happen. He played absolutely horrible tonight. I bet you if I look on PFF later tomorrow, he's going to have a good amount of, pressures. He's going to give up a amount of sacks. And he's going to have a terrible PFF grade. It wasn't good for him. And obviously the rest of the O-line wasn't good. Even Andrew Thomas wasn't too good today. He struggled a lot this season. So, obviously that's something else. We need to, see if that's just a concern or it was just a one-off. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But Andrew Thomas did have one bad game with the Eagles last year. So I'm not really too worried about that, if I'm being honest. Evan Neal is my main concern because, like I said, you give up a high-round draft pick to get this dude. You had a high-round draft pick on this dude, and you draft him, knowing that he had a bit of red flags, but you also knew he had high potential. And then seeing that so far he has done practically nothing to improve, it's a huge concern. And I've talked about this, just now. I literally said it might be time to move Evan Neal to, the guard position. Obviously, we don't have the assets to, move him to right guard, the left guard, whatever you want to do immediately right now. But I do think that's something in the future you might need to do because I said with his footwork, with his athletic ability, he does the same thing over and over at right tackle. Like, I don't think he needs to be here anymore. And I've seen multiple times where he gets his man beat. He gets beat. And he basically pushes that defensive lineman, that defender, right into Daniel Jones or the run defender or the runner. Like I said, I'm all over the place right now. My head hurts. And they end up getting sacked or they end up getting tackled for a loss. He does the same things over and over. Like, it's just the same things with Evan Neal he was struggling with last season. And the fact that he, trained with Willie Anderson, an all-pro, tackle, all-pro guard. I think he's an all-pro lineman in general. And we have not seen any improvement early on week 1 yet. That is a huge concern. Now, I'm not gonna call him a bust yet, but the fact that he is struggling still this, early on, and struggling with the same things he was always struggling with is a huge concern. It's a very huge concern. And 22 pressures and I think 7 sacks he had was absolutely insane for this offensive line to have given up. And like I said, even if you don't count how bad this O-line played, Daniel Jones didn't necessarily play, up to par. But at the end of the day, this offensive line did him no justice whatsoever. Like I said, each time you saw Daniel Jones, he was either running away from defenders, getting sacked, or having to throw away the ball because he was under pressure. That's basically what it was the whole game. So, did Daniel Jones play well? Absolutely not. Is it his fault? No. Did the offensive line, play horribly? Yes. Were that the reason we mostly lost? Yes. And then when you look at the Giants' schedule as the season goes on, the 49ers week 3. Even if you look at the Cardinals, they put some pressure on Sam Howell. So this makes me, even a bit more worried because, they were pretty good at putting pressure on Sam Howell. Jonathan Gannon, their obviously new head coach, must have put emphasis on that. And that even has me worried. Maybe I'm reading too much in it for the Cardinals, but when you look at how they played against Commanders, they played pretty well on the defensive side of the ball. And it's bad when Graham Gano doesn't play good. He missed a field goal at the first quarter, and I think he missed one in the second quarter. So when you got a guy who's known for being automatic, known for being one of the best kickers in the league, starting to miss field goals, that is when you look at this and say, oh yeah, we're definitely screwed. And here's the thing, when you look at Dak Prescott's performance, it was good, but wasn't necessarily a lead. Wasn't necessarily one that'll blow us away. Did he necessarily put the team on his back? No, at the end of the day, the Cowboys' defense was the main reason they won this game. And I feel like if the Giants' O-line even played a little bit better, we would have had a chance in this game. But because of the O-line making dumb decisions, doing dumb things, and because of Daniel Jones couldn't do anything, at the end of the day, they are the reason we lost. Did the defense of the Giants, play good? No. But at the end of the day, being on the field 24/7 because your O-line can't protect is going to happen. That's going to happen. You expect things like that to happen. You talk about how Graham Gano didn't necessarily have a good game. I mean, Saquon, our best player arguably right now, also didn't have the best of the game. He got popped, which caused one of Daniel Jones' interceptions in the first quarter. And that is when the momentum for the Cowboys kind of picked up, and that's when they ran away with it. So, when he doesn't play well and he fumbles a ball, that is when once again, oh yeah, you're screwed. And I don't criticize Brian Daboll a lot for his decisions, but here's one thing I got to come after him for. Obviously, in the past, I've criticized him for putting Adoree Jackson at punt returner, and that's really it. The thing I also didn't like today is when he kept Daniel Jones out there. It was a blowout. He was getting murdered by this offensive line, this defensive line of the Cowboys, and he kept him out there getting hurt. This is a guy you paid $160 million and invested into him. So you have to do everything possible to keep him healthy and make sure he doesn't get hurt. And keeping him out there early in the fourth quarter, matter of fact, and he kept getting sacked. We were down 40-0. It doesn't even matter if he scored a touchdown. We were pretty much screwed. There was nothing we could do. And Daboll kept him out there, risking an injury possibly on his $160 million investment. That was risky. I love Daboll. I'm not going to turn on him, obviously, but that was a really risky decision for him to make. Looking now to see if I have any more criticism about this team. I obviously already talked about the O-line. I already talked about Daniel Jones. I already talked about the coaching. Is there anything else I haven't talked about? I can maybe talk about how the receivers didn't necessarily get open for Daniel Jones, but even if they were getting open, this offensive line, like I said, didn't give him time to, throw them to them. So, yeah, I guess that wouldn't really matter. And by the way, just as I'm making this video, just as I'm recording this, Andrew Thomas is currently dealing with a hamstring injury, and he's going to have an MRI on it to see the severity of it. Also, Graham Gano was also getting x-rays. So, two guys you can't play without are currently dealing with injuries. What a good sign right away. Honestly, there's nothing much more you can say. The only thing you can do now is go into week 2 hoping you can have a better showing against the Cardinals. I mean, there's nothing more you can do. We're 0-1. So, like I said, there's not much you can do here, but hope you can turn the leaf week 2, honestly. there's not much positive you can take from this. Usually in every game, I'll take a positive from it, but there is nothing positive about this game whatsoever. This is probably going to be the only time I make a video on these things and I don't have a positive takeaway, because there was nothing to take away from it that was positive. Everything was negative, and everything negative I pretty much said. The O-line sucked, and everything else pretty much sucked. Let's face it. So unfortunately, yeah, we lost to the Cowboys again. That's really much all I can say now. But honestly, I'm going to wrap it up here. I feel like I've gone over everything possible at this point. I feel like I've gone over everything that's needed to be going on. So hopefully week 2 is better and we get something positive from week 2. Honestly, anything helps at this point. Anything. Hope you guys, enjoy this little talk. Hopefully week 2 next week, we can find something positive from this. Honestly, we need it. So, anyways, I'm going to wrap the video up here. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, be on the lookout for the final whistle. Like I said, I'm going to be going over pretty much every game that happened on week 1. I'll probably releasing that shortly after Monday Night Football versus the Jets versus the Bills, or probably the Tuesday, after the game. Obviously, I'll be doing a preview for the Cardinals and Giants game, so obviously be on the lookout for that. And then obviously, I'll be doing the same thing I did after that game as well. So hopefully I'm able to do that. By the way, I got a job now, so obviously my schedule is going to be a lot more hectic now. So I don't work on Sundays, so obviously I shouldn't be worried about that. But regardless, I'm going to have time to release that video and watch the games and, get a quick rundown of it. But anyways, I thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys have a good day. If you're a Giants fan, we're going to get through this. We're going to rebound, hopefully. After this, you don't know. But like I said, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't yet, go ahead and like this video, comment, subscribe, tap that bell icon, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Like I said, we're going to get through this.